In Nexus, Yuval Noah Harari explores the dynamic relationship between technology, human history, and the future trajectory of humanity. Harari provides a deep dive into how technological advancements, particularly in artificial intelligence, bioengineering, and data science, are reshaping our lives, our societies, and even the very essence of our existence. But Nexus is more than just a reflection on the progress of technology. It is also a meditation on human choices, the moral complexities we face, and the risks that lie ahead if we don't manage these rapidly evolving technologies with caution and foresight. Before we get started, remember to subscribe and hit the like button. Your support enables us to continue sharing valuable content. The Cognitive Revolution and the Birth of Tools. Harari begins by tracing the evolutionary history of humankind, specifically focusing on the pivotal moment of the cognitive revolution. This is the point in time when Homo sapiens developed the ability to think abstractly and communicate in complex ways, allowing us to create tools that transformed our environment. It was not just the creation of physical tools, but the cognitive leap that enabled humans to form societies, create myths, and establish hierarchies. Fundamental structures that have continued to evolve throughout history. One of Harari's key insights is that technology didn't just serve humans. Technology itself began to shape human existence. In ancient times, the agricultural revolution was an example of this dynamic. The introduction of tools like the plow and irrigation systems drastically altered human societies. Agriculture didn't just change how food was produced. It fundamentally reshaped human relationships, communities, and social structures. Settlements grew, hierarchies emerged, and with them came the need for complex social rules. The agricultural revolution laid the groundwork for everything that followed: the rise of kingdoms, empires, religions, and legal systems. In this way, technology, rather than simply being something humans wielded, acted as a force that shaped human culture and society. The Industrial Revolution and the fear of obsolescence. Fast forward to the Industrial Revolution, one of the most dramatic examples of how technology can upend the human condition. Harari draws on the story of the Luddite workers in 19th century England, who feared the mechanized loom would render their jobs obsolete. But Harari goes deeper, not just into the material loss these workers faced, but into the psychological toll it took on them. The fear of job loss was about more than just economic survival. It was about the fear of losing one's identity, place in society, and sense of purpose. This fear of obsolescence, Harari argues, is a theme that has repeated throughout history, and it remains highly relevant today. In the modern age, the same anxieties are amplified with the rise of automation and artificial intelligence. Workers in industries ranging from transportation to accounting now face the looming threat that their jobs will be replaced by machines. But it's not just about the loss of income. It's a deeper existential question. If machines can think, create, and decide for themselves, what role is left for human beings? Harari suggests this is a defining question of our time as we move deeper into the age of AI. The power of algorithms and the manipulation of choice. Harari shifts focus to the invisible forces shaping our lives today: algorithms and data. While many people think of algorithms as mere tools to make our lives easier, like movie recommendations or targeted ads, Harari explains that these algorithms have a far-reaching influence. They're not just helping us make decisions. In many cases, they're making decisions for us, often without our conscious awareness. One of the most compelling examples he gives is how algorithms played a central role in the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Harari describes how political campaigns use sophisticated data mining and psychographic profiling to micro-target voters with personalized ads designed to appeal to their specific fears, desires, and biases. These ads didn't just try to convince people of a particular policy position. They sought to manipulate emotions and shape political views by exploiting data from social media. This personalized targeting fundamentally changed the way political campaigns operate. Instead of swaying large groups of voters, the goal became manipulating individuals on a deeply personal level. Harari raises a critical question. If algorithms can predict and manipulate our behavior, Do we still have free will? Are we truly making choices? Or are we merely reacting to stimuli carefully designed to push us in certain directions? This loss of free will is something Harari warns against, especially as algorithms become increasingly sophisticated. He highlights China's social credit system, where citizens' behaviors are constantly monitored and scored. This system is not some distant dystopian future. It's happening today, and it raises profound ethical and political questions about the control algorithms could have over our lives. Bioengineering, human enhancement, and the ethics of genetic modifications. One of the most provocative sections of Nexus is Harari's exploration of bioengineering and human enhancement. With the advent of CRISPR and other genetic technologies, we are no longer just treating diseases. We're actively working to enhance human capabilities. Harari discusses a case of the CRISPR twins, two babies born in China whose genes were edited to resist HIV, and the ethical debates this case sparked. Harari points to the dangers of a future where genetic enhancements could become the norm, but only for the wealthy. If the rich can afford to enhance their children's intelligence, physical abilities, and lifespan, could we be on the brink of creating a genetically stratified society? Harari warns that this form of bioengineering could lead to a modern-day eugenics movement, this time driven not by ideology, but by market forces. In a world where parents feel pressure to give their children every advantage, genetic enhancements could become a standard practice, further widening the divide between the wealthy and the poor. But Harari's exploration doesn't end with genetic engineering. He also looks at the future of brain-computer interfaces, where humans could potentially merge with machines. This technology, still in its early stages, could allow humans to enhance cognitive abilities, upload memories, and even potentially create a direct connection between the human brain and artificial intelligence. Harari paints a picture of a world where humans and machines are no longer separate entities, but are deeply intertwined. This leads to a fundamental question. If our thoughts, memories, and even identities could be uploaded to the cloud, where does the human end and the machine begin? The ethical and political implications of autonomous weapons and AI. As artificial intelligence continues to advance, Harari delves into some of the darker implications, including the development of autonomous weapons, machines capable of making life-or-death decisions without human intervention. He warns of the potential dangers of AI-driven warfare, where machines could identify and eliminate targets without human oversight. If machines control warfare, who is responsible for their actions? Harari draws parallels with self-driving cars, which face their own ethical dilemmas, such as deciding whether to harm a pedestrian or risk the lives of passengers. These decisions, though seemingly hypothetical, are happening now, and Harari suggests they could have profound consequences for how we define morality in the age of machines. Digital empires and global power shifts. Another major theme in Nexus is the rise of digital empires, giant corporations like Google, Facebook, and Amazon, which wield more power than many nation-states. These corporations control vast amounts of data and have unparalleled influence over billions of people. Harari explores how these companies are redefining economies, shifting power dynamics, and challenging governments' ability to regulate them. In fact, these companies are so powerful that they often operate beyond the reach of national regulations, giving them significant leverage over global economies and politics. This digital dominance has led to a shift in the nature of global power. In the past, power was defined by military and economic might. Today, data is the most valuable resource. Harari highlights China's efforts to invest heavily in AI, quantum computing, and 5G technology as part of its strategy to become a global leader in the digital age. The rivalry between the U.S. and China, Harari argues, will increasingly be defined not by military might, but by access to data and technological innovation. The future of work, the rise of the useless class. As automation and artificial intelligence continue to advance, Harari confronts the question of what will happen to work in the future. Many jobs, especially in manufacturing, transportation, and even healthcare, are being automated at an alarming rate. But the impact is not limited to blue-collar jobs. White-collar professions are also under threat, with AI systems capable of analyzing legal documents, diagnosing diseases, and even providing financial advice. Harari introduces a concept of a useless class, a group of people who, due to no fault of their own, are unable to find work because machines can do their jobs more efficiently. This raises profound economic and ethical questions. How will people support themselves in a world where many jobs are obsolete? And if work no longer provides meaning or purpose, what will? Conclusion: navigating the future. Harari concludes Nexus by acknowledging that these changes present both enormous opportunities and significant risks. The future, as shaped by AI, algorithms, and bioengineering, could lead to a new phase in human history, but it could also bring about the erosion of freedoms, the rise of inequality, and even the dehumanization of society. Harari calls for a careful, ethical approach to these advancements, urging us to consider the long-term consequences of the technological choices we make today. In this comprehensive and thought-provoking exploration, Harari warns that the future of humanity is not set in stone. It is up to us as individuals and societies to decide how we will navigate the increasingly complex relationship between technology and human life. As we stand on the precipice of a new era, Harari challenges us to ask, what kind of future do we want to create? If you enjoyed this summary, subscribe to the channel to catch the next book summary.